Hello and welcome. This is Kakulichi Shi for Dimapur today, wishing everyone a happy Easter Sunday. Today, let's look into the transformation and progress of Zelensky from a comedian to the president. Married and father of two, Volodymyr Zelensky, who is the son of Jewish parents who also lost family members during the Holocaust, is the sixth and current president of Ukraine. Not known by many, Zelensky was a comedian on a popular sitcom in which he played a high school teacher who becomes Ukraine's president. Now he is the president of the country and the face of defiance, who is viewed as a symbol of strength by many Ukrainians in the midst of Russia's invasion. Zelensky, who is 44, has been called a hero by many at home and abroad as he refuses to leave the nation's capital in Kyiv while Russian forces attack multiple cities around the country. His willingness to stay and fight has inspired many Ukrainians. Zelensky performed as a comic for more than a decade before he began acting in movies in 2008. He also did voice-over work, including the voice of Paddington Bear in the Ukrainian version of the movies Paddington and Paddington 2. Zelensky competed on Ukraine's version of Dancing with the Stars and starred in the popular sitcom known as Servant of the People, which ran from 2015 to 2019. His character ends up winning the presidency. Just like his character on the show, Zelensky had no political experience before deciding to run for the presidency. He won the election over incumbent Petro Poroshenko with 72% of vote in 2019 and said he would serve one term if elected. Zelensky's arrival on the political scene was a case of life imitating art. His candidacy in the 2019 presidential election was initially seen as a joke. Zelensky's attempt to negotiate with Russia in order to find a solution to the conflict in the East, which has left more than 14,000 people dead, also had only limited success. He subsequently struck a more assertive tone in pushing for membership of the European Union and the NATO military alliance, a move that was bound to anger the Russian president. As the drumbeat of war grew louder, he declared a day of peace and continued to emphasize his hopes for a diplomatic situation, even while Ukraine was reporting a rapid increase in ceasefire violations along the front line. He also took issue with the daily warnings from the US and other Western governments of an imminent Russian attack, saying that the communication strategy was very expensive for Ukraine. In the late 2021, Russia began a massive buildup of troops and materials along its border with Ukraine. On February 21, 2022, Putin announced that he would recognize the independence of the self-proclaimed People's Republic on Donetsk and Luhansk and dispatch peacekeepers to both regions. Zelensky delivered a televised plea of peace directly to the Russian people. Shortly thereafter, Putin announced the beginning of a special military operation at about 6 a.m. Moscow time. The unprovoked attack drew condemnation from leaders around the world, and Zelensky tried to rally support from the international community. As world leaders announced increasingly tough sanctions against Russia, Zelensky tried to rally support from abroad, warning that a new Iron Curtain was descending on Europe. Zelensky became the face of Ukrainian resistance, and his entertainment background and media savvy provided Ukraine with a weapon for which Putin had no counter. After Russian propaganda organs attempted to promote the false claim that Zelensky had fled the capital, he took to the street and filmed himself standing in central Kyiv when the United States offered to evacuate him from the combat zone. Zelensky reportedly said, and quote, "The fight is here. I need ammunition, not a right." Stay updated for more with Dimapur Today.